Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkars Tavern blog. So, what do we have up on screen today? Blizzard's World of Warcraft team has unionized. Well, why is that important? Well, uh, the prior, vice president manager of the Warcraft team is now, excuse my laughter, is now the president of WotC. Interesting, right? Interesting. So, Blizzard's World of Warcraft team has unionized. The entire 500-person team will be covered by the union. This is from PC Gamer. The World of Warcraft team at Blizzard is unionizing. Like a number of other games industry unions, the approximately 500 workers are joining up with the Communication Workers of America, CWA. CWA is what a lot of the phone companies historically always fell under.
I had that union at Arms Acres for
All right, so
counselors.
Yeah, so apparently even social workers had them.
Yeah.
The new union will be wall to wall, meaning it covers the entirety of the development team, rather than just one division like Q&A, and includes both the larger Irvine, California team and the smaller team in Massachusetts. It's called the World of Warcraft Game Makers Guild, or WOWGG. WOWGG. Alrighty. It's likely that the WOWGG will be the second largest union of game workers in the U.S. after the 600-person QA workers union at Activision that formed in March. World of Warcraft senior producer Samuel Cooper told IGN that efforts to seriously organize the World of Warcraft team started in earnest in late 2021 following reports about Blizzard's scandalous frat boy culture. The effort gained further ground after Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard last year due to Microsoft's neutral policy on gaming unions, which IGN reports allowed open organizing without interference. Little side note, when I worked retail, there was talk that the department store that I was working for, Stearns, we were out in Flushing, and they were talking about the union that was trying to get in was talking about going generally store by store and unionizing. And management let it be known that if the Flushing store unionized, they would simply close it. Now, you can't just simply close a store, but they would have said it was unprofitable. It was one of the most profitable stores in the chain, but you can make numbers, pretty much tell whatever story you want. And needless to say, the union went nowhere. I am a lifetime union member of my police union. I certainly see the benefits of unions when it comes to negotiating contracts. So it's an interesting thing going on at Blizzard. But I'm gonna opinion after this article is done. This isn't an attack against our World of Warcraft leadership or something where we're like, we hate those guys, said Cooper. We just want to make sure that our voices are being heard and that at some point we don't end up as numbers on a spreadsheet. Honestly, without a union, that's generally what you are, and even with the union, that can be what you are. But a union is a little bit more protection against that. Because you go up high enough, and these people have never met any of us, none of the names mean anything to them. You're a cog. The new World of Warcraft union follows the similar wall-to-wall union formed last week at Bethesda Studios, also owned by Microsoft. Microsoft's officially neutral stance on unions at its gaming divisions, which came out of its effort to get regulatory approval for its Activision Blizzard acquisition, has clearly made the large teams of Microsoft-owned studios fertile ground for labor organizing. In addition to the nearly or approximately 500 members of the World of Warcraft Teams Union, a second QA union under CWA was formed in Texas of about 60 people who work on games including Diablo and Hearthstone. The next step for both unions will be contract negotiations, which can take a significant amount of time. The leaders of the organizing workers say they hope to focus on pay equity, remote work, and workplace equity. Okay, well, that's certainly interesting. So, why do I think this is important to tabletop gamers? Well, remember, Paizo recently unionized, and that was one of the first steps to go beyond the initial um, computer gaming, But now we look at WotC, right? WotC is a company kind of like Paizo in that they have a tabletop RPG business, but they are stressing that they are going to go digital, that they're going all in on digital. And as part of going all in on digital, the VTT, D&D Beyond, all this stuff, they brought in the man that had been in charge of the Warcraft team. Interesting. You know that the unionization of the Warcraft team was going on under his leadership as the head of the Warcraft division, and now he's in charge of WotC. So can we expect something similar? Not immediately, but can you expect the rumblings, perhaps, of unionization coming to Wizards of the Coast? I think it is possible. And I think that it is not something that Hasbro would like because it probably cuts into profit margin. But I'm certain it's something that WotC's employees would love because they are potentially, especially the tabletop, looking at even more than being downsized with that switch to digital AI, which they're not saying, but we know where the world is going. So I just think it's an interesting development. Also, it should be noted that much of the leadership over at WotC came from Microsoft. Another interesting tidbit of information, right? So, folks, on that note, by the way, tonight I will include a link to this as a pinned comment. I will be in a live stream, Inappropriate Characters. It's on Rumble. A horrible word to say on YouTube, but it's going to be on the big green monster. So come see me at 8 o'clock tonight, or watch the repeat. Whatever. Should be interesting. Should be fun. Be safe. Be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. And by the way, the links on the bottom of the screen are affiliate links. They'll take you to Humble Bundle. They extended the life of the RuneQuest bundle, so don't miss out on it if you haven't gotten it yet. All right, folks. Laters.